After weeks of relentless work, a wife finally decided it was time for a much-needed break and headed off to a retreat for a few days. Her husband, aware of how drained she was, encouraged her to take the time off and assured her he would handle everything while she was gone. Upon her return, the wife began to unpack her bags and put away her belongings. However, as she made her way towards the bedroom, she spotted a pair of panties on the floor. She picked them up, puzzled, and realized they didn't belong to her. Feeling a mix of anger and confusion, the wife stormed into the living room where her husband was watching TV. "What is this?" she demanded, tossing the panties in his face. "Whose are these?" The husband glanced at the panties, then back at his wife, and shrugged. "I have no idea," he stated. "I don't do the laundry, the maid does." The wife's anger began to fade, and she contemplated his explanation. "Well, maybe they belong to the maid," she suggested, starting to feel calmer. "She might have been doing her laundry here." The husband pondered this for a moment, then shook his head. "Nah," he replied thoughtfully. "She doesn't even wear panties." Jack and Heather had been married for almost 45 years. Lovely couple. But Mr. Jack had this one awful habit that had always disgusted Miss Heather. Every morning, before getting out of bed, Jack would unleash this thunderous paint-peeling fart. Poor Heather would just cringe. Over the years, she had complained to Jack, "You know, Jack, one of these days, you're gonna fart your guts out. What are you gonna do when that happens?" Jack never took it seriously and just continued with his morning release. So, Heather decided to start getting out of bed before Jack woke up. Well, Thanksgiving came along, and Heather was up extra early doing prep for that evening's dinner. As she was preparing the turkey, she stumbled upon the giblets and had a mischievous idea. She took the giblets, went upstairs to the bedroom, and carefully placed them in the back of Jack's boxers. With this done, she returned to the kitchen and continued her dinner preparations. About half an hour later, Heather heard this blood-curdling scream come from upstairs. She chuckled to herself. After a couple of minutes, she figured she had better go check in on Jack. As she walked past the bathroom in the upstairs hallway, she saw Jack kneeling naked beside the toilet, holding 2 fingers up in front of him. "What's wrong, Jack?" she asked, while trying to hold back her laughter. Jack turned toward Heather, a tear running down his cheek. "You were right, woman. My goodness, you were right. I actually farted my guts out this morning, but with sheer determination and these 2 fingers, I stuffed it all back in.